Hello friends, welcome back to my gaming channel New York. So let's continue on our gameplay walkthrough of Tell Me Why. So in the last video, we were just starting with chapter 2 and we came to confront Eddy about some kind of memory that he lied to us about. But he is not giving a proper entrance, so we decided to break into the archives. Means Allison and Tyler decided to break into the archives to see the files on their marker. So let's see how it goes. Allison got
Now,
a
turn right when you exit the station and follow the side of the building. The staircase will be right there.
okay. So first I have to exit the station.
You head now?
I need a smoke. I need a smoke.
Yeah, I need a smoke.
You should think about quitting. Only gets harder the longer you do it.
Yeah, I know.
While you're at it, get your sister to stop too.
With winter air.
Okay, I'm by the door. Come on.
Yeah, but I need to check the outside a bit.
Hey, which one's Brown's car?
Why?
Slash star. Just curious.
You can tell a lot about someone by the car they drive.
Ah, the love language of car people.
Hey, which one's Brown's car?
Why?
I was thinking of letting a little air out of his tires. You know, in case we need to make a break for it.
Haha.
Anything else here? What is this?
Is that supposed to be Greg's?
Oh, yeah. Well, no one knows for sure, but the resemblance is uncanny.
Who's the artist?
Cold case.
Someone did that.
Was that red warehouse part of the whole chicken farm business?
You know it. It's a shooting range now.
And what is this?
Those garbage cans are like the opposite of bear-proof. You know, it's actually really unhealthy for animals to eat our trash.
Simmer down. We don't have time for a ranger rant. And I've got the Wildlife Channel too, you know.
What is this bicycle?
Who's kooky enough to bike to work in sub-zero weather?
That would be Vincenzi. He's got a bike for every season. Names him too.
What's this one called?
Duncan Rocket.
Duncan rocket, huh? Anything else? Okay, let's check this board out. Public service announcement: to serve and protect is where we start. Our mission is to earn your trust. We stand with you. Happy 4th of July. Remember, fireworks are illegal in the state of Alaska. Attend a public fireworks show instead. Be safe, not sorry.
So that mailbox bandit struck again, huh?
Apparently so.
Delos Crossing Police Department, logo. Crime alert. Recently we had multiple incidents of mail theft occurring. I read this, haven't I? Yes, I have read this. I have read this outside of Taser. Am I supposed to go up to here? Before I do that,
Fire exit's right behind me.
Okay.
There's nothing there.
Okay, I have to climb this.
Shit.
Where are you?
Right here. Open the door.
Quick, get in. Oh god, what did I just do?
You took control of your destiny. Own it.
Okay. We broke in upstairs. Armory. We aren't going to armory and we are not going down. So this is the archives, I guess. No, this is Edward's office. This is Edward's office.
How old is Brown?
38.
Oh, wow. Graduated really young.
Youngest officer to ever join the DCPD. If Eddy catches us in here.
There's no turning back now.
Department of Public Safety Training Academy. This is to certify that Edward Brown.
Personnel files, department budgets, but 0 case files.
Edward Brown, having completed the required training and upon nomination by the Delos Crossing PD, has been granted the Advanced Diploma of Public Safety, Police Investigation, National Code PUB 32377, date of completion 29 March 1994, certificate number 2298845. Okay, nothing about it.
Looks like this is where Brown keeps all his personal mail.
Let's start reading this.
Why is Brown on a first-name basis with the director of Fireweed? Oh,
What'd you find?
it's an invoice. Eddy Brown, you'll find enclosed the final invoice for resident Tyler Ronan. The Fireweed administration would like to thank you for all of the support you've given us over the years.
I knew Eddy pulled some strings to send you there, but that's a lot of money.
More backdoors and secret moves.
Maybe he didn't want to make you uncomfortable.
Well, now I feel like I'm in his debt.
Statement of account. Account activity throughout 1/1/2012 to 3/7/2012. ID number 3121444. Invoice TR016. Bill to Edward Brown. 36 Bell Square, Delos Crossing, AK 77477. Pay this amount, $3,257.60. Due date 3/25/2012. Firewood Residential Center, Division of Financial Services, 1293 Delhi Road, Lul, AK 77020. Checks payable to FRC. Please print ID
Are you
number
sure you
on
checked
check.
all the emails?
Balance from prior statement 00.00. Charges this period. Common charges $336.60. Student health insurance $721.00. Housing fees $1,800. Meal plans $400.00. Anticipated aid. CUNA Heritage Foundation grant $800.00. Message. Please pay the due amount on or by 3/25/2012. Transactions are prorated through 3/7/2012 due to release prior to quarterly period. If you have questions, please contact the Division of Financial
Are you
Services
sure you checked all the emails?
as soon as possible. Eddy Brown, you will find enclosed the final invoice for resident Tyler Ronan. The Fire Administration would like to thank you for all your support you have given us over the years. Sincerely yours, William Emerson. Let's read the other one.
Looks like he's working with the Office of Child Services on the case.
None of our business.
Fax information. Recipient Office of Child Services. Recipient fax +1 522 523. Sent 11/1/15 14:25:45 p.m. Display name Edward Brown. Subject Howard's disposition. Reference 888-9668. Remarks ID 21963288576599637778. Sent by Edward Brown. Delivery attempt 11/1/15 14:26 3 p.m. Delivery successful. And the last one.
You applied to a summer drama program back in 2009?
I did, but they rejected me. Michael and I were supposed to go together. He went, but I was stuck here for the summer with no one but Justin Beaver for company. Why?
Well, this letter says you got in.
What the hell? So he just turned it down?
I'm sorry, Allison.
Shouldn't be surprised he's lied to me in the past.
Juneau University, College of Fine Arts, 4/12/2009. Miss Alison Ronan, I am delighted to inform you that you have been accepted to our contemporary drama summer program in the College of Fine Arts at Juneau University. We are excited at the prospect of working with such a passionate candidate. On behalf of the College of Fine Arts, I extend our most enthusiastic congratulations. You must sign up and read more about what awaits you this summer on our website where you first applied. We look forward to welcoming you in person. Sincerely, Shannon's fifth summer program admission.
Are you sure you checked all the emails?
Yeah, I checked these 3 emails at least. I don't see any more.
You finding anything?
No.
Brown really wants everyone to know what a fine, upstanding citizen he is, doesn't he?
He's a genuinely good person. And saying that here makes me feel even worse.
Brown really wants everyone to know what a fine, upstanding citizen he is, doesn't he?
He's a genuinely good person.
The police chief of Delos Crossing hosts charity events?
Huh? Oh, yeah. The community social. He volunteered to help. And since he pretty much knows everyone, and more importantly, who's called the cops on who, he's in charge of the seating chart.
Hey Eddie, you'll find enclosed your invitation for the annual social. As usual, I have included a +1 on the chance that one day you'll use it. Cheers, Elliot. Honor our elders, community social. You are cordially invited to attend the 34th annual dinner and dance honoring all elders and our community's Tlingit culture legacy. Thursday, December 15, 2015. 1068 River Road, Pune,
Are you
AK.
sure you checked all the emails?
I checked those.
Let's
emails.
put the Vecchies next to...
Can you not?
What is this? I don't see anything else here. Let's keep checking. I check the surrounding. What do we have down here?
Though we are destined to burn, we emerge as stardust.
Is that? Oh no.
Oh yes.
Burn it. Burn it with fire.
Floating amid the pursuits, I search for you, my Alwet. In the dragon's head I roam around while other stars burn in my zone. But they cannot be observed, for I see on the you and push the others out of my Milky Way into another galaxy, and remove the gradient to better view your radiance. And though we are destined to burn, we emerge in stardust and make the universe anew. And there is only me and only you.
Huh. Hey, you.
Another collectible, I guess. Yeah. The stalwart moose. Let's see this collectible.
The stalwart moose is a kind and loyal animal. He always criticizes the goblins for their tricks, but he actually likes them.
Okay.
Though we are destined to burn, we emerge as
Nothing else
stardust.
Is that? Oh no.
Oh yes.
Burn it.
Let's
Burn it
examine
with
this.
fire.
Huh. The Delos Police Force is getting a new officer.
Finally.
This guy has a record, and not a short one. Why is he even in the running?
Shh. Eddie has a really hard time hiring people out here. I don't think he has a choice.
There's always a choice.
Record name Donald Mart. Jurisdiction Fairbanks, Alaska. Type criminal traffic. DOB 312 1987. Sex, race, male, Alsatian. Address 4586 3rd Avenue, North Pole, Alaska. Record 1. Case A32005. Description armed robbery. Court Northern District of Fairbanks. Case type misdemeanor. Date 9/18/2014. Disposition guilty. 6 months of bureau of 6 months bureau of prison. 1 year supervised release. Record 2. Case
Are you sure you checked all the emails?
658988. Description flight to avoid prosecution. Giving testimony. Court Northern District of Fairbanks. Case type misdemeanor. Date 4/5/2014. Disposition guilty. Record 3. Case 30B255. Description drug paraphernalia possess/use. Court Northern District of Fairbanks. Case type misdemeanor. Date 12/15/2014. Disposition plea guilty. Rest state sent imposed. And what is this?
Are you sure
Resume.
you checked all the emails?
Donald M. Mart. Contact. Email Donald M. Mart @gmail.com. Phone 555-3236. Address 4528 3rd Avenue, North Pole, Fairbanks, Alaska. Works history. U.S. Army/Military. Private first class E3 from 2001 to 2005. Responsibilities. Accountable for actions of team. Assistant in training subordinate. Equipment maintenance. Sandwich artist at Metro Sandwich from 1999 to 2000. Responsibilities: supervise construction of sandwiches. Utilize cash registers to engage in commercial transactions with
Are
customers.
you sure you checked all the emails?
Moral leader. Education. North Pole High School 1997 to 1999. General Education Development Diploma 2000. Post-it note from Eddy. He might work. Okay, what is this?
Aw, look at you. Allison Ronan, perfect daughter.
Can we stay focused, please?
Okay, this is Allison's picture. General discharge. Under the honorable condition of the Armed Forces of the United States of America, this is to certify that Donald M. Hurt, Private First Class, Regular Army, was discharged from the Army of the United States on 26th day of April under honorable conditions. Signed, J.C. Miller, Major T.C. Okay, I am left to check the computer only. TR.
Whoa, Brown looked at our file this morning.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
I don't know, but there's a reference number. R68653.
R63653. November 3rd, 2015 at 8:23:06. Starver @deloscrossingpd.org. Request case hash R68653. Hi Chief. Regarding your request this morning about the rodent case hash R68653, it hasn't been digitized yet, so you can find the paper originals in the archive for other references about the case. Transcripts of phone calls have been taken out, but you can find the digitized calls through the appendix. Let me know if you need anything else. Thomas Alva, Dallas Crossing Principal. Tea veggie dinner.
Huh. Tom invited Eddie over for dinner?
Oh, yeah. He's been trying way too hard to get Eddie's endorsement.
Does he? Support Tom?
He preferred staying neutral.
November 2nd, 2015 at 8:37:23. Thomas Becci @gmail.com. Dinner. Good morning, Chief. Tessa and I would love to have you over for dinner on Thursday night. And I know you cannot say no to her roasted salmon. I didn't catch it myself, but it's this morning's catch. Looking forward to seeing you. Thomas Becci. Veni Vidi Vecchi. Tom Becci for mail. E. Brown. Implicit bias trading. November 2nd, 2015 at 7:56:40. E. Brown @DallasCrossingPD.org. Implicit bias trading. Good morning, everyone. Please remember your presence is required Wednesday, November 11th at 1300 hours. I need us all there too, so speak now if you cannot attend and I will reschedule. As I said this morning, we will talk about implicit bias. This is not punishment and has nothing to do with dismissal of Randy Spears. We can all benefit from the discussion no matter who we are. I will attach some reading material we will be discussing and am available if there are any questions. Chief Eddy Brown. APCC City Council Event Reminder. October 30, 2015 at 18:18:06. apcc@apcc.org. City Council Event Reminder. We would like to remind you of the upcoming council meeting on Saturday, November 5th, 2015, 10 a.m. at the Juno City Council event book. We look forward to seeing you there. D. Wilson, Nacho Mama. November 3rd, 2015 at 9:14:58. D. Wilson at the denoscrossingpd.org. You will reply all. Sherlock. From J. Greggs at the denoscrossingpd.org. Date November 3rd, 2015 at 9:14:58. To D. Vinci at the denoscrossingpd.org. Officials at the denoscrossingpd.org. Subject Nacho Mama. Man who pissed in the cereal this morning. From Molover at the denoscrossingpd.org. Date November 3rd, 2015 at 9:14:58. Date two officers at the denoscrossingpd.org. Subject Nacho Mama. People, we are all adults here. Whoever keeps leaving dirty dishes in the sink better learn to clean after themselves or I will personally stop said culprit into the washer so they can see how it works. Sincerely, Maria Oliver denoscrossingpd.org. So that's all.
One of his
mail.
emails mentioned the archives. That's gotta be where our file is.
So hopefully I have examined everything. Yeah. Something came up? No. Steve Edward Brown. The full name of Eddy is Edward. Archive. Join the team. Restroom. Private.
Please tell me you know what the code is.
To the highly confidential police archive?
Then, how am I supposed to open the door?
I spent hours playing next to this room. I'd see people go inside all the time. The keypad does this little tune. Dum da dee doo.
Seriously?
Go on, try.
No. Dum da dee doo. This is da do.
How did that tune go again?
Dum da dee doo.
Day no. Deep no. D. So 0, 1, 4. No.
How did that tune go again?
Dum da dee doo.
Dumb. Do. No.
How did that tune go again?
Dum da dee doo.
Dum. Da. D. Do. Yeah.
Yes. Looks like they're finally going digital.
Oh, that's right. I remember Eddy complaining about this. They're gonna have to resort everything.
Great.
They've digitized their closed files, but only the ones before 1990.
Meaning
Our file is still somewhere in those boxes.
perfect. A room of scattered case files and a half-done sorting system.
Yep, this is gonna be so fun for you. I'm gonna go keep a lookout.
What? Why do I have to be the one stuck with box duty?
Because if anyone sees me, I'll have a better excuse for being there. Reach out if you need anything. R68653. Look it up.
Look it up, she says. Okay.
Let's read another story from this book I have not read today. The Goblins and the Mad Hatters, I read. Okay, the pelican helps her friends. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, an early winter storm blanketed everything in snow. It was so early in the year that the creatures of the forest were not ready for an ordinary winter, much less a bad one, and everyone agreed the storm was a sign that Ice King had plans for the long, cold winter. The princess had grown up in a kingdom where it was sunny all year long, and the goblins were very young, so no one in the big wooden house knew how to prepare for such a winter. The house was not well insulated and they did not have enough fuel or food. Only the fierce pelican noticed their plight, and when it came to fly south with the other birds, her heart was heavy with sadness. What can I do? She thought. I am a migratory bird, and if I were to stay, who would look after my flock? The time came to go, and the pelican struggled to take flight. It felt as though a leaden weight was struck right in the center of her chest. What can I do? She thought. I am a migratory bird, and if I were to stay, who would look after my flock? She managed to take off, but only just barely, flapping fiercely to catch up with the other birds. As the fierce pelican began her journey, the storm picked up, battering her to and fro. She had fallen well behind the flock, and she was already growing tired. But for all her challenges in the air, she could tell things were much worse on the ground. A deep freeze had settled over the forest. The leaden weight in her chest grew heavier as she thought of the princess and the goblin. What can I do? She thought. I am a migratory bird, and if I were to stay, who would look after my flock? The storm intensified, and the pelican was in a total whiteout. She knew she should have despaired, but all she could feel was the weight, which had grown and grown until she thought she might drop out of the sky. She had felt called to help, and the princess and the goblin, but she had ignored it. I should have stayed, she thought. It was the right thing to do, and now I am lost, with no way to make it right. Suddenly she was plucked from the sky and deposited in the hall of the Ice King. Pelican, he said, you are flying in circles around my mountain. I was lost, she said, weighed down by the weight of guilt of my heart. The Ice King stared at her sagely. Is it guilt or is it something else? Open your beak. He reached down inside of her, pulling out a glowing stone. The fierce pelican was surprised at how it filled her with warmth, chasing away the cold and the doubt. You know what you must do, said the Ice King. The fierce pelican flew straight to the big wooden house. Snow had already blown in through many creeks, and the ice crept across the floorboards. She found the princess and the goblins huddled in front of the white hut near the frozen solid. No, she cried, and then she placed the stone in the princess's lap. The warmth of it spread through the whole of the house, melting all that had frozen. The princess threw her arms around the pelican's chest, and the goblins clung to her legs. Thank you, they cried. You are welcome, said the pelican, smiling in deep satisfaction. What is that? Asked the princess, staring at the wonderful star. At first, said the pelican, I thought it was my guilt, but when the Ice King pulled it out of me, I realized it was something much more powerful. Just then, the storm broke and the skies cleared. The pelican the big wooden house is loaded with food from her beak, and then she took off to the skies, lightened by the knowledge that though through her charity, everyone in the big wooden house would be warm and fed until spring. And this is the story of how the fierce pelican saved the wise princess and crafty goblins from the long winter. Okay, let's read another, shall we? The goblins earn their voice. Once upon a time, in the deep and ancient forest, the crafty goblin spied on the secret keeper as she made her round, gathering up secrets that the animals of the forest had for sale. How, said the first goblin, does she get people's secrets? Do you suppose she feels open their heads? Let's find out, said the second. And so the goblins watched the secret keeper. They watched her until the stalwart moose came to her, head hanging low. It was my fault. I chose the uneven trail. I cannot bear to remember. The secret keeper nodded and gazed into the stalwart moose's eyes. Though the goblins couldn't hear anything, they knew she was speaking to the moose. The secret keeper spoke in the people's mind with the gift of her voice. After a few minutes, the stalwart moose blinked. I feel lighter, said the moose. Did I just give you something? The secret keeper nodded, handing him a coin. The stalwart moose nodded and plodded along down the trail. He spied the goblins hiding in the woods and narrowed his eyes, for he knew the goblins were often up to mischief. The two goblins whistled innocently and the moose was forced to carry on. But they were not doing anything obviously bad. Because they were not doing anything obviously bad. I need to know what the secret was, said one of the goblins. Let's go buy it. So the goblins approached the secret keeper before she could stow away the moose's secret. We want to buy the moose's secrets. What do you have to trade? Asked the secret keeper, her voice filling in their mind. The goblins produced a silver-handled hairbrush they had stolen from the princess, and the secret keeper nodded. And that is how the goblin came to know that the moose's mate had tumbled down a cliffside towards day. The secret keeper moved on. The first of goblins said, I want to know more. The goblin followed the secret keeper, hoping to find where she hid her secret. They followed her to the peak of a nearby ridge and watched as she stored the rest of the day's secret high as cloud. When she had gone, they climbed a high spruce tree that disappeared into the misty sky. They reached out and just managed to dip their hands into the clouds. Their heads were filled with memories, and they snatched their hands back out as if they had just thrust them in boiling water. Tears poured down their cheeks. That was how the secret keeper found them, crying in the tree. You stole my secrets, said the secret keeper. Give them back. The crafty goblins stopped crying because they saw an opportunity. What will you give us in exchange? They said. I will give you back your silver-handled hairbrush, offered the secret keeper. For so many secrets, you will have to offer more than that. What is, said the secret keeper. I shared the gift of voice. The crafty goblin grew excited. That will do. So the secret keeper shared the gift of voice with the goblin. And immediately they found that they could hear one another's thoughts and feel each other's feelings. The crafty goblins gave back the secrets they had taken and ran back to the big wooden house. There they found the princess preparing food. They tried to peer into her mind, but they found it was blank. They tried to speak to her using only their mind, but she could not hear them. They think that the secret keeper was craftier than the crafty goblin, for she had only shared enough of her power to let the goblins use the gift of voice with each other and not with the whole of forest. And that is how the goblins stole the gift of voice from the secret keeper. But why they could use it with each other. So it is something similar that Allison and Tyler shares. What is this? Guideline, resolution, color, the bit depth, master file format, extension, textual material with no images, minimum 150, ideal 400, grayscale 8, JPEG 1000 or TIFF. Textual material with illustrations, minimum 500, ideal 600, minimum grayscale, ideal color, minimum 10, ideal 15, TIFF. 35 mm slides, films and negatives smaller than 4:5. Minimum 2000, ideal 4000, minimum grayscale, ideal color, minimum 8, ideal 16 TIFF. Photographs, prints, minimum 300, ideal 600, minimum grayscale, ideal color, minimum 8, ideal 16 TIFF. Audio 96 kHz 24 broadcast .wave or .aif. Video transferred from VHS or any analog source 720 into 486 810 uncompressed .mov or .avi. Posted. Closed files up to 1990 have been done. Remaining closed files in left corner. Page me at the rate 124812345667. If there is anything, Wilson. Okay, what else?
Nope. Not this one either. No, that's not it. Nope.
Well,
What's the file number?
Huh. What was that reference number again? 05R68 653. Not this one either.
So there is no use checking the file. Okay, there is nothing else. Yeah, 05R63.
No, that's not it.
you
No?
finding anything?
Huh. What was that reference number again? 05R68 653.
R68, okay.
Here we go. Looks like a step-by-step record of the investigation.
Chronological record. The investigation case in 6868653. 3105. 2235 notified by my partner officer Chris Court of accident at 12 Canary Road, Delos Crossing, AK 77477. White female identified as Mary Ann Ronan. DOB 78-1964 falling over deck into neck. Audio recorded tape #36359 and #36360 Brown 2258. Holt and I arrive at the scene, briefed by Patrol Officer J. Chan. #5622 of incident Brown 2307. Located witness. Minor's name redacted Ronan and minor's name redacted Ronan. DOB 3794. Children of Mary and Ronan. Couldn't get a statement from them. As they were under dire stress and shock, the children were taken under care by Patrol Officer J. Chan Brown. 2341. Coroner investigation. Investigator T.K. Dickens arrived at scene. Roll prints of victim. Crime lab take O. Tully #5629 at scene. Completed photographs of scene and recovered an unlicensed Razzler 3121 shotgun. Bullets recovered from location. Brown.
Well,
So far, I'm not seeing anything we didn't know already. It does reference some other files and audio recordings, though.
you might be able to look those up on the computer. Even if our file hasn't been digitized yet, they may already have it in the appendix.
030205. 0233. Coroner took possession of dead body. Cleared scene. Brown. 0104 interviewed children and stated that after minor's name redacted, Ronan's hair was cut short by sister. Minor's name redacted Ronan. Mary and Ronan threatened minor's name redacted Ronan with a gun. When minor's name redacted Ronan fled from her, she pursued the child to the dogs. Minor's name redacted Ronan stabbed M.A. Ronan, who was still threatening the child before falling over into the water. Witness said that they called 911 shortly. Brown 0630 Canvas crime scene did not recover a pair of scissors claimed by minor's name redacted Ronan. Brown 030405 presented this case to D.A. B. Cruz, charged minor name Ronan. Minor's name redacted Ronan with homicide. Case #TA 66585 Brown.
Alright, I'm in. You can search by keywords. What should I look for?
I don't know. Mary Ann Ronan? March 1st, 2005?
Mary Ann Ronan. March 1st, 2005. Choose two files. Two case files found as a result of your search. Crime report, autopsy report. Crime report. Last update 3205 in charge E. Brown. Storage 05R61889. 24-hour homicide report. Victim information by constable. Autopsy report. Last update 030205 Judge E. Brown. Storage 05R6276. M.A. Ronan. Personal information under wraps. R6118 and R62.
Reference is 05 R62 766.
This is R66. R61.
Not this one either. Where's the damn box?
Well,
Zero 05 R62 766.
Where is R62?
No, that's not it.
I don't see that number. R61. R62, okay, there will be here on.
I have her autopsy report.
okay.
She. God,
What is it?
she drowned. The stab wound was non fatal.
What?
Medical autopsy report. Autopsy class A. Date 030205. Time 0930 Dr. Gray, final on 030205 by Dr. Gray, 42 DOA post drowning. 1 stab wound L. Lion, 2 degree to assault C. Scissors by daughter NIL. PM8 OE blood froth seen in mouth and noise. Cerebral edema, waterlogged lungs, C. Pulmonary edema and emphysema aqueous, distended stomach, 2 degree to fluid content. 3. Clean stab wound on left loin, 1 above PSS, appears antemortem on CT, fluid in paranasal sinus plus trachea, bilateral pleural effusion, blood work, evidence of fresh water inhalation, diffuse hemolysis, low Na plus, high Ka plus. Other conditions contributing but not related to immediate cause of death. Natural suicide, homicide, accident could not be. Homicide means homicide is not related to immediate cause of death. If other than natural causes, how did injury occur? With scissors, victim fell over the dock into freezing lake water. Was operated performed for any condition stated above? Was operation performed for any condition stated above? Yes, no. Organ procurement technician S. Silva, witness on autopsy. DCPD dead ground evidence record from autopsy now item description. 15 centimeters stab wound not fatal 3115 2100 death by drowning. Prior examination review by DM. Body tags, clothing, X-ray, special processing tag, made record at scene photo. Typing blood taken by SS source are back toxicology. No blood embalmed more than 24 hours hospital decomposed other. There is nothing of it. Specimens collected by MG plus SS. Heart blood, sperm blood, bile/liver, urine, stomach fund, brain, spleen, kidney, vitreous storage jars, regular number 1 oversize, toxicology analysis orders, screen, alcohol, carbon monoxide, neogen screen analysis positive.
There might be other references on the computer.
Delos Crossing Police Department.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
It's my mom. She fell in the water and she's not coming up.
Okay, where are you now?
Home. We're home.
Are you alone? Where's your dad?
It's just me and my sister.
All right, honey, can you give me your address?
12 Cannery Road. Please, hurry.
Just stay right where you are, okay? We're sending someone out to help you.
Don't hang up.
Okay, this is an audio recording.
Here. Bingo.
Fax receipt 0501 COMEBR.
Okay, I need to check out 0501 COMEBR.
Yes, I saw that here.
There. What the hell? Brown reported Marianne to Child Services.
What do you mean?
I'm looking at a fax receipt with Brown's name on it. Sent to the Office of Child Services with the subject, Ronan family.
What? There has to be more to this. Just keep looking.
Fax information, recipient Office of Child Service. Recipient fax +1 52252. Send 01 31 05 17 45 33. Display name Edward Brown. Subject Ronan family deposition. Reference 996366. Remarks ID 219632885755961594. Sent by Edward Brown. Delivery attempt 013105. 17:46 p.m. Delivery service.
Shit. Eddie's coming up the stairs. What do I do?
Stall him.
Stall him.
No shit, Sherlock.
Get him to his office.
Tell him you need to talk in his office. Got something.
This is Officer Eddie Brown.
Hello, Officer Brown. This is Simone Prue from the Office of Child Services.
Hello, Mrs. Prue.
I'm calling about the Ronan family. I just wanted to let you know that we will be moving forward with the case.
I see.
Is there anyone additional we should interview while we're in the area?
Yeah, Samuel Kansky is a close friend of the family.
Uh-huh. K-A-N-S...
K-Y.
Great. Your caseworker, Sandy Black, will be arriving on March 5th. She'll drop by the station first thing in the morning.
Mrs. Prue, how worried should we be?
I really can't say until I have a full picture of the situation.
Of course. Well, have a good afternoon, Mrs. Prue.
You too, sir.
I just listened to Brown chatting with OCS. He really did it. He reported her.
What if he was just a go-between? He might not have had a choice. We need to keep digging.
Okay.
Reference is 2014-201-496.
2014-201. This one.
Okay, here it is.
Not helpful at all.
Delos Crossing Police Department Summer Incident Report. Report number 2014-201-496. Incident information. Incident code, incident type DUI. Date time started 11/16/14. Date time ended 11/16/14. Date time reported 11/16/14. Report file from tracking number, location of occurrence, Almenda Park vicinity, Gastry News Shopping Center, approved by S251 Eddy Brown. Location type commercial. Associated persons. Person reported name Samuel A. Camps. DOB 0410-1969. Street name 710 UP Ken #K. Delos Crossing AK 77477. Narrative. Date of action 11/16/14. Date of return 11/17/14. Officer narrative rank of OFC Joshua Grace. Narrative. On patrol at approx 0130 hours, they observed a light blue 1973 Chevrolet Super Sport with fleet sides performed a rolling stop through the stop sign at Cullen Boulevard and Montrose Avenue. I gave pursuit and ordered the assailant to pull over. As I gave order, the vehicle accelerated and reaching speeds of 78 meters per hour. I pursued the vehicle for approx 3 minutes as it rounded the cannery facility and headed northwest on Keened Road. The vehicle jumped a curb into the parking lot of Gastry News Shopping Center. At that moment, the driver's side door opened while the vehicle was still in motion. The driver jumped out and began running towards the Lanny bait shop. I exited my vehicle and gave pursuit on foot, whereby I was able to subdue the driver, Mr. Samuel Kamsky on 710 UP Lane #K. Mr. Kamsky was observed to have bloodshot eyes and ruddy complexion. I also detected the odor of alcoholic liquor. Mr. Kansky declined to corporate the breath test. Mr. Kansky stated, "Old Sam don't put his lips on nothing that doesn't have beer at the bottom." Kansky was transported to the Delhi's precinct without further incident. The other one, 2014.
Okay, I need to check out 2014 203 411.
2014 203.
Here we go.
Nothing helpful.
Delos Crossing Police Department Summary Incident Report. Report number 2014-201411. Incident information, incident code, incident type, trespass, public intoxication. Date time started 070714. Date time ended 070714. Date time reported 070714. Report file from tracking number, location of occurrence 1010 Lincoln Avenue, Delos Crossing. AK sorry about that. 77477. Approved by H251 Eddy Brown. Location type residence. Associated person. Person reporting name Laura Kansky. DOB 113 1969. Street name 1010 Lincoln Avenue, Delos Crossing, AK 77477. Person reported name Samuel A. Kansky. POB 0410 1969. Street name 710 Rookie Lane, Hashgate, Delos Crossing, AK 77477. Narrative. Date of action 7740, date written 7840. Officer name and rank OFC Dennis. The narrative. On 7/7/2014 at approx 2303 hours, we received a call reporting a suspicious person or persons near the Laura Kansky property at 1010 Lincoln Avenue. I arrived at the address to approx 2320 hours and met with Mr. and Mrs. Kansky. According to Mrs. Kansky's statement, she was woken around 2300 hours by sound for a beer. She armed herself with a Smith and Wesson 500, found at the property and registered to Mrs. Kansky. She went outside and discharged one round in the air to threaten the animal. She then noticed human footprints in the snow leading from the street to the backyard. She moved to the house, blocked the door and immediately dialed 911. I invited Mrs. Kansky to remain in my squad car while I searched the premises. I approached the backyard from the southwest side of the house and moved toward the shed 20 feet from the house. At that time, I heard the sound of glass breaking and drew my service pistol. The shed door was open and the light was on, but I confirmed there was no one inside. I rounded the side of the shed and found Samuel Kansky seated in a folding lawn chair. There were multiple beer bottles at his feet and Mr. Kansky was behaving in a manner that suggested intoxication. Kansky said, "I always knew crazy would get me in the end. He began laughing and reached for something under the chair. Suspected Mr. Kansky might have a concealed weapon. I requested Mr. Kansky to refrain from further motion. Kansky then stated, "Shit, D, I just wanted to drink my beer with you." I had Mr. Kansky stand and confirmed a cardboard carrier containing one bottle of unopened beer was under the chair. I instructed Mr. Kansky to return home, but he said he was already home. Kansky was referring to the home of Laura Kansky as his own, though he is no longer a legal resident of 1010 Lincoln Avenue. I reminded Kansky that his home was on the lake and he eventually agreed to an escort. On learning that it was her former husband, Mrs. Kansky declined to press charges. She also stated that it was the anniversary of the finalization of the divorce. I performed a sweep of Mrs. Kansky's house and the premises to confirm There were no other suspicious persons. Leaving her there, I drove Mr. Kansky back to the port at 7:10 Lane and before we arrived, Mr. Kansky became unconscious and remained in the back of my service vehicle until police, if Edward Brown arrived, to help me carry him inside the port. Anything else?
There was something about complaints, right? Look for that.
Complaints. Are there any other recordings? Crime report.
Reference is 05R61 889.
05R61.
There.
Crime report of homicide, victim named Marianne Ronan, race Caucasian, gender left, height 5'6", weight 138 lbs, age 41, DOB, July 8, 1964, driver license number 658-41769, foreign language spoken none, occupation unemployed, location of occurrence 12 Canary Road, Delos Crossing, AK, date and time of occurrence 0301052200, date and time reported to PD 0301052229. On dock at Lakeside, victim threatened her child with a gun. Child stabbed her with a pair of scissors. Victim subsequently fled to lake. Reporting employees initial last name serial number DIC details E Brown 1665 detective, C Hall 1489 detective, involving persons R1 minor's name detective Ronald White 030794, address 12 Canary Road, Delos Crossing, AK, ID TXBO9L W1, minor's name redacted Ronald White 030794, address 12 Canary Road, Delos Crossing, AK, ID TXB66U, combined evidence report, item 1, quantity 1, article shortcut, serial number 3594355, registered owner Samuel A. Cass. Brand Raspler 3121, model 9mm, Miss Darpool.
Man, shouldn't police reports be straight and to the point?
Narrative crime summary on March 21st, 2005 at around 2200, the victim Marianne Ronan, a 41-year-old white female, exited her home and entered her garage to start loading a Rassler 31219mm shotgun. Shortly after her child, minor's name redacted, Ronan, 11 years old, entered the garage to display a new haircut given by sister, minor's name redacted, Ronan. According to witness, minor's name redacted, Ronan's statement, when she saw the child haircut, Marianne became enraged and threatened minor's name redacted, Ronan with shotgun. Minor's name redacted, Ronan fled the garage toward the lake calling for help. Marianne followed still armed out onto the dock and on the southern side of the property. Hearing the noise, witness minor's name redacted, Ronan also came out of the house toward the dock when she observed minor's name redacted, Ronan under threat from Marianne defend themselves by stabbing mother with a pair of scissors. At the time, both witnesses said M.A. Ronan lost consciousness and fell into the lake. At 2229, Delos Crossing Police Department Officer Christian Hall, number 595899, received a phone call from Rhinestone Director Ronan detailing the incident. Patrol Officer J. Chan at 5622 was dispatched to the scene. Upon arrival, They set a containment of the scene, began a crime scene log, and started tending to both juveniles, minus to reducted and minus to reducted donor. Seeing their statement for further description, see the statement for this notification of detectives on March 1st, 2005, Officer Christian Hall notified his partner, Officer Eddy Brown, by telephone of the incident before dispatching to the scene. Investigation. Holt and Brown arrived at the scene at 22:58 hours. They noted the crime scene was located entirely outdoors. Canary Road is a secluded road mostly comprised of few residential cottages. Detective observed a loaded Rustler shotgun. The dog's no rounds had been discharged there. They directed forensic personnel to recover them. Detectives were directed to witness minus and reducted and minus and reducted Ronan. Witness minus and reducted Ronan stated that she heard the screaming while she was upstairs in the bedroom. She ran down the stairs and moved over the kitchen window and saw her sibling and her mother, Marianne, on the top. Marianne was threatening her child with a gun. Minus and reducted tried to run away, but Marianne threatened that she was going to shoot. According to both witnesses, she started, "I am going to kill you." Minus and reducted Ronan then stabbed Marianne with fear of Caesar trying to escape. Minus and reducted then Marianne Ronan then fell into the water unconscious. Evidence item 81 bracelet 31219 referred to forensic report for further details.
There was something about complaints, right? Look for that.
Here. Bingo.
Incident report, vehicle theft, child neglect report.
Okay, I need to check out 2005-201-546.
2005-201.
Okay, here it is.
Wait, what the hell?
Tessa accused her of child neglect.
Delos Crossing Police Department Summary Incident Report. Report number 2015-201-546. Incident information, incident code, incident type theft, date and time started 1:31:05, date time ended 1:31:05, date time reported 21:05. Report file from tracking number, location of occurrence 7717 2020, Delos Crossing AK 77477. Approved by S251/Eddy Brown. Location type store, theft type shoplifting. Associated person reporting name Tessa Becci, POV 12/26/19. Street name 598 Richmond Street, Delos Crossing, AK 77477. Person reported name Marianne Ronan, POV July 8, 1964. Street name 12 Canary Road, Delos Crossing, AK 77477. Narrative date of action 1:31:05, date written 21:05. Officer name and rank Eddy Brown, officer. Narrative on 1:31:05 at approx 10:45 hours, Marianne Ronan entered Veni Vidi Vici owned by Thomas and Tessa Becci. Mrs. Becci stated that she observed Ronan browse the issues for approx 10 minutes while chatting distractedly with her. Mrs. Becci stated that she was behind the cash register and did not have a direct eye contact from Ronan at all times. Becci stated that after those 10 minutes, Ronan asked Becci if she had any organic mosquito incense stock. Becci informed Ronan that she did not, but stated that she believed this demand was odd due to the winter season. Ronan then left without purchasing anything. Becci stated at approx 5 minutes she walked back to the ASO while Ronan had been and discovered a missing box of detergent. Becci states that she has very recently restocked the shelves and no one else had been in the store that morning. Becci stated that she had suspected Ronan of shoplifting before in the past, notably while in the company and possibly with the aid of Ronan's 2 children. Becci stated that she also has reason to suspect Ronan being guilty of child neglect. They don't eat and are exposed to all kinds of inappropriate influences. Becci believes it is possible some form of abuse may be occurring in the home. What?
get moving.
Is that it?
Shit. I'm sorry, Tyler. I couldn't stop him. He's coming your way.
Get out.
Uncle, we didn't mean to.
I'm not gonna repeat myself.
You're a goddamn hypocrite.
I said move it.
Hey! Get off me!
Rather spend the night here? Come on!
I said don't fucking touch me!
Go on. And consider yourselves lucky you're family.
Let's talk in private.
You're right. Family. And for Allison's sake, we should talk.
About what?
We saw our file. We know about social services. Why? Why did you turn your back on her? Why did Tessa?
Okay. Yeah, you're right. We need to talk. The winter before your mother's death was hard. Delos Crossing was snowed in for months. Most roads were closed and plane supplies were scarce. Everyone was struggling.
Especially Marianne.
Yeah. She was always just scraping by. And that winter left nothing to scrape up. Even if locals had found time to help her. I don't know, I'm not sure your mother would have accepted.
So Tessa came to you?
You're saying Tessa reported our mother because she was having supply issues?
Tessa came to me because she was honestly concerned.
Right.
I was legally required to report Tessa's complaint, even if I didn't agree.
Tessa stabbed her in the back, so you called child services.
So you took her word for it and called child services.
Failure to provide adequate food, lack of appropriate supervision, inattention to a child's psychological care. Like it or not, she had a case.
What? It's bullshit!
Just following the law then. Right.
Is that why you came over that day? The day she died? To warn her about social services?
She loved you two so damn much. She deserved a chance. I didn't see it coming. I don't know. Right there, she must have decided it was over.
I thought always telling each other the truth was our #1 rule.
Still is, little moose.
And yet you still lied.
I didn't want you two putting yourselves through unnecessary hurt. But you're adults and that was your choice to make. I'm truly sorry.
Thank you, Uncle.
That's bullshit, Allison. Just like that, huh?
Just like that, huh? Must be nice to have a daughter who lets you off the hook that easy. Eddy, you keep trying to point your finger at Tessa, but you have to take responsibility for your part in our mother's death.
I've asked myself over and over for the past 10 years what I could have done different. I know I made a big mistake with you two here. And you've got every right to be angry. Being a father, well, pretty tough job. I've tried my best. And I'd like to try my best with you too, Tyler, if you want it.
No, it's that not that easy. We could get there with time.
I'm open to getting there. But it's gonna take some time before we're a big, happy family.
I respect that. It's hard work rebuilding trust. But you've got a place here whenever you need it. Group hug?
No.
Absolutely not.
Alright, I'm really gonna have to kick you out now.
So let's stop here. It's been a bit longer video, but we have done a lot. So let's end this video here. I will continue again in the next video. Bye bye.